Welcome to CriticalThinkRx. This course was developed in 2007 by social work professors and clinicians, as well as consultants in law, psychiatry, counseling, and psychology. It was funded by a grant from the State Attorneys General grant program. It was tested in the community for effectiveness in reducing psychiatric drug prescriptions to children in foster care in 2009. And since then, it's been used for continuing education credits by social workers, psychologists, and attorneys. We've recently updated the contents and are presenting this latest version to you. My name is David Cohen, professor of social welfare at UCLA. I study how psychiatric medications affect social systems, how they change relations between people in a family, in a school, in a community. But I'm especially interested in how psychosocial professionals, like social workers, think about medications and how they can work with people who take medications.
Hi, my name is Shannon Hughes, and I'm an assistant professor in social work at Colorado State University. My interests involve rethinking how and why we use psychiatric medications for mental and emotional distress, and exploring how people who take medications understand them based on their firsthand experiences. I'm also very passionate about advancing the role of social workers and working effectively with medicated clients.
I'm Jeffrey Lacasse, Assistant Professor of Social Work at Florida State University and a faculty affiliate of the Florida Institute for Child Welfare. My research focuses on the issue of knowledge dissemination regarding psychiatric medication. Specifically, I'm interested in how we get valid, evidence-based information in the hands of practitioners and the general public.
The course consists of informational slides interspersed throughout by our commentary and discussions. We'd like to start this module by sharing with you why we believe critical thinking in this area of practice is so important.
Drugs come and go, fads come and go, but one of the constants over the last 30 years has been the expansion of the psychiatric medication enterprise to the point where we are now the most medicated country in the world. There's a lack of fail-safe mechanisms to slow down this growth, despite concerns from every quarter regarding this issue. While physicians write prescriptions, other practitioners influence who gets prescribed to and why. This course is aimed at these professionals, non-medically trained psychosocial professionals, such as social workers, psychologists, counselors, attorneys, and judges. Through this course, we provide facts and perspectives to better prepare practitioners like yourself to ethically engage in medication-related issues with young people and contribute to improved practices.
We're on the cusp of a paradigm shift about how states, child welfare systems, and all practitioners must engage the issue of psychotropic drugs for children. This paradigm shift includes recognizing the sheer number of young people who are medicated in our systems of care and how much we accept or challenge the information that gets passed down to us through clinical wisdom and accepted practices. More critical questioning of common wisdom and accepted practices is essential. Through this course, we'll offer facts that might counter common wisdom, and we'll provide you tools to ask better questions to ensure that we all stick to the dictum, first, do no harm.
Between the three of us, we have about 50 years of experience in research, practice, and teaching. We believe that one of the most important ingredients to change or improve our practices in the care of children is critical thinking. In this case, it involves not taking someone else's word for what is occurring before your eyes. That means practitioners need to make independent assessments of the effects of medications on their clients.
We address many different topics and highlight some of the important issues, many of which remain unresolved and debated. We aim to support practitioners to think critically, make informed decisions, and act effectively within interdisciplinary environments. We know that practice environments can be extremely challenging. Many professionals involved with psychiatric medication, including both prescribers and psychosocial helping professionals, are heavily invested in their pre-existing beliefs. There are also pressures in practice, such as preserving foster care placements when children are acting out. These and other pressures can make it difficult for those who are not physicians to take a critically informed and independent stance on psychiatric medications. We don't have all the answers to the many difficult questions raised here in this course, but we're hopeful that by providing information, raising questions, and sharpening your thinking, improvements to practice will result.
When we think about psychotropic medications, we ask, what are these drugs? What are their main effects? Why are they used? Who funds their studies? Who determines whether and how they're safe and effective? And what's our role in all of this? We'll help you navigate these questions and many more, so let's get started. A lot of courses on psychiatric drugs paint a rosy picture of drugs and basically teach you how to decide who needs medications, how to administer them, and under what conditions. We paint a different picture in this course. It's an unflinching look. It's less rosy. We think it's more realistic because our research, our practice, and our training and education in this area has taught us one important thing: that adverse effects of medications are decidedly underreported. They're underobserved. They're mistaken for other effects. They're not disseminated as much as the desirable effects or the effects we'd like to see from medications. And we think the balance has to be righted somewhat. We believe when done so, a different picture emerges of the value and the effects of psychiatric drugs. This slightly different picture, but an accurate picture nonetheless, is the one we aim to present in this course.
The following two case studies highlight real-world dilemmas and real-world concerns. Medicating children may be helpful in some circumstances, but it can have utterly devastating consequences when professionals involved do not inform themselves, do not act professionally or responsibly, and do not advocate for their clients.
The first case study illustrates an instance when the consequences of irrational prescribing were deadly. The signs of danger were observed by doctors, nurses, social workers, and teachers.
The next case of a child named Susan comes from my own experience and may represent an all too common situation.
These case studies illustrate that psychotropic drugs can have many adverse effects on the body, on thinking, feeling, and behaving. Well-meaning practitioners often miss the signs or fail to take appropriate and effective action when they do observe problems. Whenever medication is an issue, practitioners should be asking themselves some of the following questions.
This course is intended to help you answer these questions. Again, we stress that no simple answers exist for many of them, yet they still need to be asked. For other questions, the answers are obvious, yet they're rarely asked. We hope this course will help you make sound, ethical, and legal and clinical decisions in the care of vulnerable children. Ultimately, we aim to stimulate change in practice standards in the direction of more rational, transparent, and well-justified practices.
You play an essential role in advancing practices and systems of care forward. And by the end of this course, we hope you feel more empowered to contribute to what we believe is a needed and inevitable transformation in medication practices.